last time this worked very, very well. Do you think that post-6 playing Trundle into Xayah is not the best experience? But that early damage he was able to do with the Halo Blades, and that is a staple, and it fits really well into Genji's composition.
Yeah, take a look at this. Final pick, BDD. They were saving that.
Fireworks. I've said that before with LCK drop,
Yeah.
so let's see what we're actually going to end up with.
I think we're in for areas not level 6. You mentioned the Solar Flare is available, but we're not going to have Subjugate to potentially help burst someone down. You think about Lee Sin, TF, and Jace, that's something they would love to do. And they say, well, we're not really okay to take this one. They see the level 6 on life. All 4 members of Genji are here. And Faker's just running bot. Even though Xayah has... Yeah, he's going to stop that idea.
He doesn't even greed for the cannon, Valdez.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, he's really respecting a lot. And the problem with this is that, yes, you know, they don't have vision on Faker. Owner could be anywhere. Yes, you are in danger. And here it is. The huge stunt gets all 3 of them into the equalizer. What a play! As now Clint is over the wall. That should be 2. He does pick it up. Thankfully for T1, Owner was at least able to pick up the scraps of the Aurelia.
Twisted Fate ults is the same as a Nocturne. You need to make him count.
Look at this. I mean, it is flawless.
Yeah.
It's perfectly timed. It's perfectly timed. It catches all 3 of them right as they teleport.
That's just beautiful. And then
Says, I think we can go in here. He was right.
Blood. That might still be a good trade.
Bertle is maybe going to be the sacrificial lamb here. Nice stun onto Owner, but will not deny the Q. As this time around, no flash and no hope of survival. But he already did his job, as the pressure in the mid lane is pretty massive. They're really going to push for this mid-tier 1. Bottom lane as well. Guma was left all alone.
This second one doesn't really get answered as well. Yeah, they get the mid lane turret, which in terms of map control is going to feel great. But Faker still stalls very nicely there. Yeah, just there's no amount of outplay that you can find in this situation. Fortunately,
they're trying to... No, they're not going to get it. And so that charge will be used here. And now, well, we have the Destiny used, and they're actually jumping onto life here. That is a big pillar, and now the stopwatch has to be used. The charge comes in. Bertle's trying to go 1v3. Nearly able to pick up Keria, but not quite, as the shock blast from Kana is gigantic to pick up the kill onto Leona. As you can see, Clid, he says, all right, kids, it's time to stop fighting.
And it is just exactly the type of play that you want to see from T1. They never want to fight on even footing. They're always looking for an angle, always looking to fight when they have more people. This exhaust on Bertle was absolutely huge, because I think otherwise Keria might actually die, and that can lead to all sorts of awkward situations. But instead, they blow 2 people up and are out there before Genji can actually collapse. And it is exactly the type of play that I think we've wanted to see from T1 for quite a while. Because they've been drafting these comps for what feels like ever since spring. But the execution very often was not quite there, and it is still a tough balancing act. But right now they're making it work early on. In a minute, the Drake will spawn. And that's a big scatter.
There it is. BDD comes up huge with the scatter, and there is the follow-up over the wall as T1 runs straight into it, and BDD knocks down the entire team like bowling pins. So now what are you going to do as Genji? They're looking to maneuver over to the Baron.
Oh! I don't know if they can do this, Valdez. But if they can, it's so big. Kana is there, though, has his 2-item spike. Incredibly fat, can go for the shock blasts.
Yeah, I think they have enough damage on this one. And yes, Faker and Kana will threaten it. Kana maybe even looking for the steal. He snuck around the backside, and well, okay. That's not the steal. That's going to be the simple smite, of course, from Clid. And that is a huge objective already, 22 minutes into the game.
And Faker just doing his best to try and stall out these backs, but with empowered recalls.
Seems fine for now. They're just able to defend pretty easily. They get the one Ocean Drake, of course. I feel like the Baron is definitely going to catch everybody up on the side of Genji that may have fallen behind on XP. A nice amount of pick going out onto life here as the follow-up and the true shot barrage, and everything's being thrown at him. and the kitchen sink. Here comes Owner. Looking for it, maybe. Not going to go for it, but look at the damage coming out of Kana. This is why you ban Wukong on blue side, you pick it for him, and then you play around him because he can do stuff like this. And there doesn't seem to be much counterplay when you're just running away. Over the wall.
More and more.
Let's see.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just over the wall.
It's a really nice rapid fire cannon. I think it's already finished.
Yeah, no, it is.
Isn't the
he almost has Rabadons. Like, Faker's pretty fed in this one.
As the heal does come through that, and yeah, you can't chase that. But T1 gonna take priority or on mid lane, gonna just shove in. I do worry because this is looking like a possible collapse opportunity for Gen G, but then they do need to be ready. And Bertle.
Right, we're going to find Bertle. He just runs in there, and he's got stopwatch. He says, okay, guys, I'm beating him. And now, with the exhaust used onto him, we'll see what the follow-up looks like. It doesn't look like much, as BDD only gets in here, and now we got something going for Gen G. Faker gonna have to flash, as Ruler just takes him down. Even Gale forces forward to make sure. As BDD, the second he arrived, T1 were like, oh. We gotta back out of this one.
Oh, that was such a nice bait from Gen G. Bertle going in, using the stopwatch to force T1 to actually engage, buying time for the rest of his team, then BDD hitting another amazing scatter, and then the presence of mind of Ruler to already start auto-attacking over the wall, so he has a feather there, so the moment that Faker goes over, he can pull back and instantly blow him up. That's going to be the soul point coming through now here for Gen G. And this is still such a tense game. This is exactly what I wanted out of a game one between these two teams.
Yeah,
perfect.
This is the way it's supposed to go.
Yes. Oh my God.
No quick 2-0s in this house.
Well, let's not. I don't. Let's not curse shell. Yeah. Because initially this looks fairly questionable, but then the damage that comes through, combined with the fact that Bertle still is exhausted and is able to reposition really nicely, is amazing. And then BDD wasn't there for the start of the fight, then hits that, and look at the ult from Ruler here.
Yep.
He knows. Oh, excuse me. He knows.
As in he goes, not going to land the stun, but he still gets the kill as the teleport comes in, and he easily flashes away from that one. Faker not able to follow up.
And he's just going to start it up. Teleport available for Bertle.
Yeah, Carrier just hex flash over the wall. That is insane amount of value out of that True Shot Barrage, as Clid is incredibly low. And look at that pillar! Once again, in comes Carrier. Will Owner knock it down? He cannot, as I think they saw Owner over the top of the wall. But it is still going to be enough to force them back, as the pillars have just been insane, as now Life has to go forward. As the follow-up here from BDD is pretty big, actually. Able to get the kill onto the Trundle and turns it into a one-for-one.
I honestly thought, like, Life, what's going on here is... Take a look at this.
Okay. Says he has no flash. As
That's just the confidence in your teammate as Life there, because you know when you go for that play, if BDD doesn't discuss.
And I would imagine as long as nobody gets caught on the side of T1, this should favor them, as here's the attempted catch. Life goes in, but it's responded to really well. And look at the poke coming in as the kick is on BDD. Owner will trade his life potentially, as he's even still alive. As the kick is huge, and now Bertle goes forward, but he has an exhaust on him. And now it's 4 members on top of the Aurelia. He's trying to trade one back, but he can't do that. Even Carrier is able to survive, as they will run at the Ocean Drain. And T1 are running down the mid lane towards the Baron.
They're not able to. Oh, it's so good, though, because if T1 go for the inhibitor, you get Baron. And they don't know that you're down. You have vision available. Clid has his equalizer up again. Still, this is a really high-risk play, because as Gen G, if you die here, you might have to give it up.
Yeah, Ruler's on vision now. As, okay, they're going to spot him now with the True Shot Barrage, as, let's see it. Nope, it's going to be taken by Ezreal, of course. Nicely done, Gumiusi. He's able to last hit that one. But let's take another look at this fight.
And yeah, that flash from Faker is insane, because that turns what could have been a really nice catch onto a TF into an insane play, and then simultaneously Owner hits an incredible kick on BDD, who's been basically untouchable the entire game. Is that really crisp positioning? So those two key plays turn a possible turn from Gen G, the fight that they're so desperately looking for to secure a soul point, into
볼게.
Going for it.
나 살아.
I'm
나가줘.
alive. Yeah, definitely feels good as Keria. It's like, you know, it's like next level Braum, right? Exhaust Braum. You sit there, you put up your wall. Doesn't quite do the exact same thing, but it's a similar idea. Bertle's got an interesting angle as he's going to get stunned down and be able to go into that W, but it still doesn't matter. And I think T1 are slowly getting in there. That's the big kick, but it's only onto life, and into the GA goes the Lee Sin. As the follow-up here from Guma, and the rest of the team is just too big. Another big shock blast into the back line. As T1 will push and look to end this game. Another big pillar onto Ruler as finally he uses that ultimate. And they will just have to flash away. T1 will not back down from this as they will look to take game number 1 in about 36 minutes. Let's see what BDD and Ruler can do, if anything. No ult available for either of them, so they will just go down, and that will be the end of that. 36.5 minutes. And we could definitely see them on blue for game number 2. As you can see, some of the damage numbers. Honestly, expected a bit more damage from Gen G, but it was nicely spread out. Whereas a lot of proc damage, of course, came out from Kana and Gumi Yusi.
And that is going to give an overwhelming amount of priority in the bot side. And that's actually in every lane, especially early on. Of course, once BDD gets some AP, we'll be able to blow up the waves and contest Faker relatively well. Ryze can, of course, to a certain extent, follow the TF. But early game on top side, potential is definitely there for Gen G. Seeing how
we'll see.
It's being developed.
Still developing, yeah.
Yeah. R&D is on it.
Let's see.
Not quite there yet.
Guma and Keria looking to exert some early pressure.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage.
And, yep. There's that poke, comes in. Nice amount of damage. Ruler tries to trade back, takes a little poke of his own. Ooh, that one was nicely dodged. Keria going for the field goal.
One of the nice things about T1 putting this much pressure on the bot side, and one of the only positive things that you can really mention for Gen G, is that it has actually allowed Bertle to exert a lot more pressure than he did in the last game. Right as you can see here, building up a 20 CL. Oh, Keria.
He took that one wrong step, and now he's dead. As he's going to try to get away, and you know what? With the exhaust, he will not be able to, as he's just going to run into the pit. Klid immediately starts up the dragon, and that one extra step back into the enemy jungle was all it took.
Especially in this matchup, that means that it's so much easier, I say, as Klid.
Okay, trying to turn it around. No flash here and no ult. No crescent guard for the Xin Zhao. Not trying to turn it onto Owner, and Bertle's here first. Big Gnar into the wall, though, as Kana sets it up, but Bertle's not done. He's getting so much work done in the back line. Not able to jump back on the Faker, though. It doesn't matter. He's still able to pick up the triple. BDD immediately gets the emote game going, as that is a really nice turnaround for Gen G.
He's already picked up 3 plates and is nearing a 4th one. When, due to all this vision, there was just no way to really get any form of pressure going. And it's BDD just freely bouncing really nicely here. Faker not having a lot of mana available. And this stun from Bertle again is just... it's revolting. Just insane. And then, yeah, Guma has to jump out there again. Owner also could have thrown down the Rift Herald, not doing that yet, but at any point that he does throw it, it's only 2 plates left on the turret, so it will just instantly go as Faker.
Okay, the flash comes in, and there is going to be the follow-up from Xin Zhao. Nice stun onto Klid. Could save his life, but the follow-up, yep, it's not going to be enough. And here's the dive onto the turret. Life is nearly dead. Really big exhaust might save his life, and it actually will. Not enough damage comes out here. But Owner and Keria still able to push them off the turret, and they can hold on to that Rift Herald. It's been pretty good so far. Another relatively even game, this one. Although T1 with the Rift Herald, they didn't have to use it in the bottom lanes. They can just come to the top side as a team and put that pressure on. They're going to give this Infernal over to Gen G. Gen G seem okay to take this trade. Rift Herald is about to expire, so Owner is going to have to use it here 100%. And down it will go. But this is going to be a gigantic amount of plates early on in the game.
It's insane. Like, this gold lead is just so big. Nice buff for that, and yeah, honestly, that's a zoning ultimate. Like, that's never really going to amount to anything, especially with Carrier still in the general vicinity. As Life might suspect something is up. We see some pings going down. And they do have a ward there, so they should be aware of it later on. Brutal is saying hello to Faker.
A solo plate in the mid lane as well. Nobody was there. The Rise is fought. And now the rotation is coming in quicker. They're just going to immediately blow up Ruler. And Life might meet the same fate. The Everfrost does come out, and BDD does have a lot of damage. Faker eats a big turret shot as a fight in the mid lane as Kana is winning this one against Klid. Klid on the run, will have to flash the wallop, and the house gets dodged. But curious how he ended up in that scenario, and oh man, he missed. Not sure why he didn't go for the tether first. Maybe just wanted to blow him up before any retaliation could come out. And Klid will survive. It's like he's in a minefield right now.
See, this is the beauty of T1. Like, they're not going for anything. Like, they don't care. We're just going to take a turret here, but
all right, collapse. Realm Warp as everybody's flashing out of that one. And here we go. As the Aurelia goes in, they burst her into the wall, and the damage is enough to just kill him before he can do anything. The shutdown is onto Owner, and Gumayusi is totally safe. Nobody can touch him. As T1 back off into a concave, and they say, come at us. We're not. You know, we already got your Aurelia.
Of options here. Has the shield already available? And I think this collapse initially is looking great, but once this doesn't work out, I think you call it, right? Like, you get a bunch of summoners.
Tristol.
That's one. Then the shield, and then the kick.
Yeah, you've got Mantra's shield and also even the leash from the Karma. Like, nobody can follow you that far.
No, it's really nicely done, and it's just a mistake from Birdo, a player that...
moving outside of the laning phase, it's also really funny to watch.
There we go. Just sit in the brush. Someone will walk by.
And you know what? Oh boy, they have the vision over the wall, not able to lock down Keria. Here comes the teleport and the Destiny straight into it. T1 wants the damage, but they can't get it down as the Gnar goes in and dies. And yeah, Faker, he's like, well, I don't want to flash, but I will have to.
I don't know, Valdez. I really want to see a third game. And I think T1 have really good map control right now. They're making it really hard for Gen G to engage on them, which in of itself should be enough to at least for now dissuade. And if T1 can start second Ocean Drakes, it becomes a lot harder for Gen G.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Here we go. T1's like, uh-oh, abort. Abort mission. But now Gnar's coming in, but they only get one. That's not enough. The solar flare onto him, he's dead. As Owner casually is killing the Rise in the backside. As you can see, they're trying to get on top of him, and eventually they will. But it takes a little while, and it buys space for his team. Owner does so much for T1 to try to fight back, claw back in that fight.
Oh.
They're waiting.
Oh.
They're waiting for this one. They're going for Klid. Do they have the burst? The answer is no. The buffer is there again. As you can see, they're just trying to kite back, but now Keria is going to bite the dust because of that. Guma and Faker alone here against 4. The Dragon in 17 seconds, and Gen G should be able to control Soul Point here.
Ooh, I understand this and I respect it. Not wanting to take the risk, recognizing that T1 can't really walk into vision here as... Oh, they don't know.
The ward comes down. That's a nice gold card. Will save them. It's Owner.
And reinforcements are coming. You just need to hold on as Gen G. Maybe you can get a little bit of sustain going. Klid going to go in, use his passive.
Very interesting use of Ocean Rift. We don't see that every time.
Boy.
As now, Gen G getting to work.
Has ultimate.
Yeah, Kana, he's not quite at Mega Gnar form. Trying to get in there, but nope, that's going to be Klid with the smite. They're going to find Bertle on the backside, though, as he's trying to fight back. He is surviving for quite a while. He's got stopwatch as well. As he gets the kill, he trades it back. As that is going to be so massive as well. Now 4-on-4. Gnar is available, but it's not that position. They're getting kited out right now by the Ezreal. As Ruler's chasing him down. Not quite able to force them into a fight, though.
Summoner's Rift, as it is at the moment, it's just, there's so many layers to the mind games here, as this is just straight up a collapse coming through on Kana. We see that Faker isn't actually there at the start of the fight, very disjointed, can't really walk into Birdle or Clit, so they need to respect that appropriately. And then Ruler still not touched, Birdle completely fine. Vision, we don't know what we're looking for, but they're not.
It's a classic scene in the LCK. And at this point, they're a little bit slow. Gen G might just be able to lock it down. Owner's really going deep for that play on the BDD. As you can see, Bertle's just going 1v5 up on the top side. Gets the stun on the Faker. As the Zhonya's does come in, Owner zones away a couple. But look at the damage that's being done right now as they're being hunted down one by one, the Aurelia. Birdle picks up 2, and they get the Ocean Soul. Asmo, man. Guma. He gets caught, he gets red, and will he go down is the question. Yes, he will. One more play from Birdle as even the minions come in here. Thank you very much, BDD, for the help.
That's that's really a performance right there. And yeah, as T1, interesting decision there. Make the read, don't think they can actually get Owner into a position to go for the Baron, or maybe they're trying to win the fight before the Dragon rather, before the Dragon is actually taken. But it doesn't work out. They lose the fight, they lose the Drake. Now Ocean Soul is available for Gen G. They are going to be able to pick up a free Baron here, because Life, he's taking his zoning job very seriously. There is Owner.
Oh, okay. Stop DPS. He's going in. He's just going in straight up, and nope, it's not going to happen.
That's
look at Birdle.
That's a 17-year-old
He's
rookie. He's going
he's
in.
a raid boss right now as the sun comes in, and he is just tanking huge amounts of damage. But this time, Guma, he's got a lot of room. He's kiting them down. He takes down Life. Now Clint's in danger as he's trying to get within that Crescent Guard. As Faker almost dies, it's a nice flawless duet, but the Gnar to counter. It's now jumping away as Guma, and Birdle is loose again after the GA, and here comes the rest of the team. BDD, by the way, full health, full mana, able to get over the top with that Realm Warp. And this is looking like the Game 3 you were hoping for, Chronicler, because it doesn't look like T1 have a chance to stop this push.
Teleport available as well. Birdle just finishing his wits end. Now going to teleport in here.
Yeah, this should be it. Let's see if they can clear the waves. No Guma UC for 30 seconds. It's not looking good. As you can see, Owner will go in immediately to his demise as Kana meets the same. And so will Faker after the Zhonya's. Down it goes. BDD picks it up. He says, I'm helping. And down will go the Nexus. And we will. I wonder who's the POG of this game.
Well, it's probably going to be an 11 out of 12. Let's be honest. Ruler and BDD did a lot, you know?
Oh, no, yeah. BDD got a lot of kills there at the end. I saw that.
Oh, I honestly thought.
Here we go. Wukong is coming. And, you know, it's really interesting because I think we've only seen this pick really into the Jays.
Yeah.
And the coach came over and tapped on the back of Birdle's chair right as that came in, which is generally like, all right, we're giving you a chance. Let's see the carry, you know, like, let's go.
Again, expecting a lot of volatility here, Valdez.
Should be fun. I'm expecting a lot of bouncy castle business.
Clit already in position, also going to have a level advantage here, so I don't think Owner can really contest, especially with BDD standing by.
Oh, Clit. He's going to catch him here. Another undertow is going to link, and there's the Ghost. Owner over the top. This time it does not land. So you can see a nice little fight here in the mid lane as well. And he does have Clit nearby, although Keria now making his way up. We're actually looking to control vision and maybe fight here. Big undertow is going to hit Owner as he's just running through, and there is that combo. As he will have to flash away just like that. One gigantic scary Olaf. You got the Moonlight Vigil, you have Shockwave, you have the Slicing Maelstrom. Even Kana's got a nice little angle here. The box comes down like...
The flash!
And here we go, we're jumping in. The Cyclone, the kick will deny it, and a huge Slicing Maelstrom into Shockwave combo. Who could have seen this coming? Well, we were just talking about it. They press all their buttons, and the flank does come in a huge manner. The only thing for Gen G is that they did pick up that Rift Herald.
I think this Gen G composition is going to have a good time. They can still win fights, but just look at this, because they know Birdo is going to be in the general vicinity. It's just this kick immediately means that Guma and Carrier don't, or Guma and Owner rather don't get hit at all, and then this, yeah.
It's just, I mean, you're tracking ultimates. They have 5 ultimates.
야 뒤에 걸어볼게. 야 뒤에 걸어볼게.
Yep.
나이스. 야 올라볼. 야 도는 거 어땠어? 개지렸다 그냥.
How did you like my rotation, basically? And Faker does have his flash, but it's going to be rough to get away from this one. Thankfully, Carrier is in position. Yet another reason why you don't like to give this pick over, although he will have to flash now.
Oh, BDD? Nope.
That's okay. Meanwhile, trying to get in here, he's got some help, and Owner's like, buddy, yeah, not going in on that one, especially with the teleport. Sakana gets in there, denied by Bertle.
As look at itemization from Birdo, right? There's a lot of magic resist. There's already some health stacking going on with the Ruby Crystal and the Doran's Shield.
Right, really trying to put that pressure down, and the Moonlight Vigil might just be enough. The exhaust is so crucial for keeping him alive. As meanwhile, Birdo might just die here. One auto, and down he goes.
G and T1, they definitely have a composition. They can just group us 5 and this game.
So this was the first dive where Kana kind of got himself into trouble. Just getting a little bit over-aggressive, I think. Maybe the communication, as you mentioned, not quite there as...
너무 못했는데 집 끊었어.
Yep.
I found him.
어?
Yeah.
잡았는데?
I think I got him. And yeah, Guma's like, well, I guess I got to turn this because I'm dead otherwise. And he might just be able to. Gets the flash, and now the play, trying to get in there, and he gets the hit. And down he will go. But they're able to trade the 1-for-1. Now Carrier's in a rough spot, but the team is rotating now. And he will be able to, well... he will be able to run and buy a lot of time for Shirley to be taken by T1.
Good enough. You'll take that trade.
Oh! The Hex Flash play.
Nice.
Didn't come through. I like the idea, Carrier.
With that early fight going as poorly as it did, just not as much respite available, and Ruda is probably fine here. Had Carrier not been there, bringing a setup life, unfortunately not able to save the life of his AD carry. And while all of this is happening, Owner's like, yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm taking Harrow. I'm not going to be part of this party. Carrier, some extra emoting.
With 250.
I like your optimism.
A little bit to spare. You know, maybe you go futures market, you send it into like a Ruby Crystal. Yeah, who knows?
Sounds good.
Possibilities are endless, but. Okay,
Oh.
nice little flank angle here, and this is actually going to be really fantastic as in he goes, and the follow-up body slam is huge, but the damage coming out from Kana is way too much on the backside. Carrier and Faker are zoned out as they're not able to do too much. Bertle's still alive, but Owner just going to take the easy way out there ahead 2-1, but too healthy are the side of Gen G. They will push them back, staying alive with a really awesome flank from Bertle. As we are waiting, and here we go. In comes the Wukong, but that Baron is getting so low, and you cannot deny the Olaf, and he will not be denied the Baron as a massive shockwave, though, into the slicing Maelstrom. Do they have the damage? Ruler's got a lot of room here, but it doesn't matter. The Wombo combo and the wallets are too big on the side of T1. They lose the Baron, and they just barely eke out the fight.
To happen, and crucially, this Baron pickup should lead to a denial of the Ocean Soul, at least for the upcoming Drake. As they know this is happening, Clit just goes in, has of course the Reckless Swing combined with the Smite, uses that very, very nicely, but then also BDD just delaying Kana for a split second there by using the immediate wild trip on himself. Ruler's positioning here was super crisp, and then Bertle's Cyclone buying so much more time. And with that Mystic shot, Ruler still being full health.
Get away.
Like, oh, I love that. It's the fake out.
Thanks, Jonah Strong.
Are now aware though. And
Gen G.
they're gonna flip it.
Yep. You're just gonna hope and Clid. I hope he's got the golden smite button. do they have the damage? Yes, they will. They zone him away, and Bertle does a good job as well. Has to go into his stopwatch as Kana's looking for the flank. It's not as crisp this time. They're able to zone him away, but still it's 2 kills for the side of T1. And now the Ragnarok'd up. Olaf is not quite able to commit as hard on into that one. Gen.G, they stop the Ocean Soul though, and they keep this game potentially alive.
And it's hard to push in because, yes, you can now go for the shove, but the moment, 20 seconds still left on the Baron buff, it's a negative gold Baron power play, but you still take it. You deny the soul. Even worse with that turret going down.
And they do have potential flank angles with the cannon. But again, you're not denying the Olaf. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into. As Bertle, he's just looking for the cannon, trying to get on top of Kana here. He's going for the 1v1. As T1 say, good luck, Kana. We're going for the Drake. As Clid, he's just getting in there, but he doesn't have too much support. He's going to stay alive as the Ragnarok's still here. As the poke damage trying to come out. They lost the cannon, and now they're trying to get in. They kill the Olaf and get the Baron, and now life goes down. And T1 will be able to turn this Bertle. Desperate to try to survive, but he cannot alone. And now T1 triple kill on Gumayusi, and they're pushing top. They do not care about the dragon.
And that should be it here, Veldis. And I get the call to try and take down Kana, but maybe just scare him off and then still hard commit, because the key thing there was BDD wasn't there. BDD was helping Bertle because he does not win that 1v1 alone due to the lead that T1 has. And
Ruler. Oh man, there it is!
God!
It's Nuke from range, and now you lost your 80 carry. And yes, there are a couple of members coming up soon, but I don't think it matters. Gumayusi is still alive, and they have Baron buff. I think T1 have done it. Let's see if Gen.G can pull off the miracle hold. Life runs in to his death, and so will the Olaf. Ridiculous amounts of sustain, but it just does not matter. As Gumayusi, 11 kills in this game, and they will be able to shut it down. T1 plus Baron buff plus a big lead in gold, of course. So probably wouldn't have mattered even if Ruler did stay alive unless he hit every single Mystic shot and pushed them.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason with the POD interview translation, joined by owner Faker, the mid-jungle duo of T1. A back-to-back victory from T1 over Gen.G in the summer split. Owner, how are you feeling? I thought it was gonna be 2-0 win for us, but it's a bummer. It's a 2-1. But still, it feels great. And Faker, it was very important for T1 to, have the upward trend before heading into the playoffs. It wasn't bad, but I think we saw a lot room to improve. So, yeah, it was a really good chance for us. Owner. Well, previously, a lot of people actually target banned your Lee Sin, but you are getting more chance to play that champion. How do you feel about your performance on Lee Sin today? I mean, I kind of like it a bit, but sometimes I did make some mistakes, so it's not 100% of my Lee Sin. In game 1, you didn't pay attention to your bot duo. You kept playing around your top lane, enabling Kana on the top lane together with Faker as well. That was very effective. Is that because of the draft and comp, or is that all depends on the given situation? It always changes. Our bot duo, you can just leave them alone for all day. So I trusted them and I tried to play according to the situation of the game. Some people said T1's comp looked very hard to execute. For example, Gnar into Aurelia and also Karma last pick. Is that, the reflection of the player's confidence, or is that something that your coaching staff looking for? I mean, because stronger teams, always try different champs, different comps. So sometimes you get to play some of the hard and difficult comp that is hard to execute. An owner, he said, your listen did some good thing, but sometimes didn't really play well. So, but we have a highlight for you. A fantastic kick that turned the game around. So let's take a look at the replay together. It was a Actually, team effort from you and Faker. Faker, did you see that Leona flash coming? Yes, I did. So I wanted to drag her back, you know, draw her inside. And, you know, we were waiting for them. We were trying to pull them in, but actually Genji got overexcited and they went in first. And Leona, you know, she got pulled back. So we waited until Leona dies. And I thought if I get the kick connected, it's gonna be 100% win for us. And then we had Owner versus Kana, Kana versus Owner matchup, the T1 rookie top laners clash, you know, the former rookie teammates. Well, Kana didn't even say much about that. And we had insta-ban from T1 targeting Birdo's Aurelia. Tell us about that. He was pretty good at it, so we just wanted to get rid of that. And if we get to remove that champion, we thought it's gonna be a very safe game for us. Game 3, we had some powerful moment from Olaf and Lulu. Shutting them down was the key, right? Olaf and Lulu, in my perspective, they were never, you know, intimidating at all for me. I was just like, I'll wait and kill Clid in the later game. And Oriana did manage to buy some time for teammates, but there was one moment where Clid stole your Baron. How did you guys decide to deal with the situation? Owner is a really good smiter, you know? So we were confident to go for the smite fight. But because it was so easy for the opponent to actually steal that. Yeah, I guess we had a huge trust for Owner's smite. Owner, what about you? We were not supposed to burst the Baron, you know, but someone just started the Baron. We actually wanted to pause, but someone just bursted and kept doing damage, so it's not my fault, you know. Faker, we have a question about your Oriana as well. This champion is not a mainstream pick, to be honest. But why did you decide to play Oriana? For the comp? And also, the mage items, AP items are much cheaper now. So we are getting to see more and more mage champions these days. T1, you guys are having a bigger chance to skip the playoff round 1. How are we going to prepare for the upcoming matches? We have 2 more matches to play. We're going to do our best and win them all. Right now, we are sailing so well. Not only the remaining 2 matches, but also the playoff will be so important. So we will keep working hard for the long-term future, and you know we want to get as high as you know, bigger stage as we can. And this will be the end of the interview from Owner Faker, and I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.